community feel. There's a nice lot of cafes, there's green spaces.
It's got the most amazing combination of people who live here.
We've got a new batch of crazies every couple of months. There's always life, there's always something happening. No worries.
All different cultural backgrounds, social backgrounds.
The activity, the bustle.
I just love it.
People like living here because we do live in a very diverse community, and people just tend to get along, you know. I really want to bring people together to make decisions that are right for them. Having an understanding that the stuff that they do and the way that they live, they can influence, and they can make decisions that benefit their area or their neighbourhood. So I'm really keen to build a greater sense of community and involve people in making decisions rather than them being made, you know, in an office somewhere in the middle of a town hall. The problems we face are more around the growing population and how we accommodate the need to manage development with maintaining the heritage that we have in the area. One of the biggest obstacles that I find when people are talking to me is the development that's going on in their local area and what they can do to make sure that it doesn't destroy their way of living. A lot of people are concerned about traffic. Some people don't understand why streets are being narrowed when cars are getting bigger. They don't necessarily agree with decisions that are being made around removing car spaces and increasing walk spaces for people. So yeah, the amount of traffic and how we funnel that traffic throughout our city are the issues that people are talking about. Motorists could support public transport, because better public transport means that we have less cars on the road, we have more pathways for bikes, and that would make it safer for bikes and bike owners. Decisions on how we make a street more livable, decisions on what sort of trees we need to plant, decisions on our parks and the places where we recreate. I think there's a greater chance that community can have a bigger role in those sorts of decisions, because they're the ones ultimately who will be living and enjoying those amenities. Managing development with a need to maintain the heritage of an area, we would need to work on plans to make our city more sustainable and have a greater role in responding to the changing climate. And we would also be doing stuff around inclusivity within the different communities in this area as well. I think we can recognise the differences that we have here and celebrate them a lot more. I think we can do things with the lesbian, gay, trans, intersex and queer community, for example, to acknowledge that they play a large role in this area. I think we could do more with different ethnic cultures and celebrate them a lot more than what we do. I think we have a role to play in acknowledging our Indigenous culture and the role that it has, the fundamental role that it has in the way we go about doing things.
Kids of almost every different nationality you could imagine playing basketball on the courts near Chapel off Chapel, and then you've got people walking their dogs, and immense sort of mixture of different peoples living comfortably with each other. and a lot of tolerance. I think there's people living rough, but locals also caring for them, and you see it at the market as well, with trays being given at the end of the day to people. There's a good sense of community.